What up? What up? What up? All right, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? So we ready to start this show. Let's get it popping. Welcome to the show.
Show Sabir. Knowledge over noise, let the truth unfold. Knowledge the Sabir show. By law, history corrected, let the record be told. This is the Sabir show. Know who you are. Status exposed, now the mind take control. Knowledge the Sabir show. No debate. With scratch pull, it's the end. Welcome to the show where the record get read. Read the record where identity restored and the lies get dead. They talk color over culture, condition the head. But status is the cage and the law's the thread. They called us black, but that label was applied. Not a nation, just a stamp on the commerce side. Paperwork before ships touched shore, before borders was drawn. Pre-1492, we had flags, seals, treaties, rights we was born. Sovereign. More is a nation, not a shade of the skin. Nationality, you can't own the people, you can't legally pin. Facts, ignorance enforces how empires survive. Troll, but knowledge itself, keep the people alive. Know yourself, this ain't rebellion, it's the documents talking. Read it, footnotes, receipts, every step that I'm walking. Proof, so listen real close when the truth get displayed. No debate, law over drums, and this ever say this basis. Sabir show, Sabir. Knowledge over noise, let the truth unfold. The Sabir show, but by law, history corrected, let the record be told. This is the Sabir show. Know who you are, status exposed, now the mind take control. This is the Sabir show, no debate. Welcome to the Sabir show. Say. Show. Welcome to the Sabir show.
This is the Sabir show.
This is the Sabir show.
This is the Sabir show.
Knowledge over noise, let the truth unfold.
This is the Sabir show.
Knowledge, it's the Sabir show. By law,
this is the Sabir show.
history corrected, let the record be told.
This is the Sabir show.
Know who you are. Status exposed, now the mind take control. Status is the Sabir show. Welcome to the show where the record get read. Read the record where identity restored and the lies get dead. They talk color over culture, condition the head. Program status is the cage and the law is the thread. By law, they call us black, but that label was applied. Not a nation, just a stamp on the commerce side. Paperwork before ships touched shore, before borders was drawn. Pre-Fort Iron Lane 2, we have flags, seals, treaties, rights we was born. Sovereign, more is a nation, not a shade of the skin. Nationality, you can't own the people, you can't legally pin. Facts, ignorance enforced is how empires survive. Control, but knowledge itself, keep the people alive. Know yourself, this ain't rebellion, it's the documents talking. Read it, footnotes, receipts, every step that I'm walking. Proof, so listen real close when the truth get displayed. No debate, law over drums, welcome to the Sabir show stage. Welcome to the Sabir show.
This is the Sabir show.
All right, y'all. So give me 1 second. Let's cue this thing up, baby. Let's go. No, not yet.
Not yet.
My daughter has an announcement. She told everybody to. What do you tell everybody to do, Aja?
Bring everyone to the feed.
Bring everybody to the feed, she said. Bring everybody to the feed. So listen, y'all. I don't know what is going on with my YouTube, but let me share this with y'all. I need y'all. Oh, don't even do it. Don't even sign up. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I have created 3 or 4 YouTube channels. 3 or 4 YouTube channels.
And 6, 7.
I know. She said 6, 7. So all my YouTube channels, have been terminated, people. Hold on 1 second. All my YouTube channels been terminated, and the weird part is it's not because of the people who report the channel. This idiot got on my feed yesterday and said that I make up multiple channels just to report your channels. And I want y'all to do me a favor. If y'all love this show, because I honestly I'm getting to a point I'm tired. I am really, really, really tired. I'm tired of dealing with black ignorant people. I'm tired.
And white people.
No, not white people. I'm tired of dealing with black ignorant people. I'm tired of dealing with the jealousy and the envy, even in the conscious people. I'm so tired of all of it, man. So this is a lot of work, big. It's a lot of work. I know people get on these feeds and want gossip, want instant gratification, want me to talk about who got shot, what man, white man shot, which there is no such thing as a white man, what white man shot a kid or shot a person or Asian person. That's not what this channel is, people. I am so sick of it. And I really don't know what else to do with y'all. I don't know what y'all want from me. I told you you can put me in a room with anybody that y'all know. The conscious people are the problem. These conscious people. So I want to give a shout out to my brother Hawthorne James, Big Red from Five Heartbeats. We were talking yesterday, and something that he said to me, no, not yet, baby. He said to me, it's like spitting in the wind. It's like literally you spitting in the wind.
Are we doing that after?
What?
It's all right.
Now we're gonna play it in a minute. My daughter. So I'm literally like spitting in the wind with our people, bro. Like I'm so I don't even know what else to tell you black folks, bro. I don't know what it is with our people, brother, but I said being in the United States is, boy, they got y'all twisted in the United States, brother. This thing in the United States got you Negroes twisted. And I'm so on the verge of walking away from all of this. All of it. Because it makes no sense. Spitting in the wind. That's what my brother Hawthorne James said to me yesterday. Spitting in the wind. In real rap, I've been out in California for 17 years. I've been out here in California. I know a lot of people in this industry. I know my brother D.L. Hughley personally. I know my tough brother Tommy Davidson personally. I know Stevie Wonder personally. I know all these people personally. But being here, man, and you get a reality check, like being around certain people in this industry, it's not like it was in the 60s, bro. It's not like it was in the 60s. A lot of people are afraid of losing that bag. A lot of people are afraid of losing that bag. And even in this conscious game, they are afraid of losing the bag. So people, it's hard. That's all I'm going to say. It's just hard. So my brother Hawthorne James, man, I love talking to that brother. He makes me think. He was saying yesterday, I got more time in front of me than I have ahead of me. And he said, what we're dealing with is a lot of weak people. And a lot of these conscious people are weak niggas too. If you don't like I use the word nigga, join the feed. Because I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm tired of just giving information. I know that I am the only one that shares their library with you. I know this. And you got to deal with the ignorance of our people. I share the information. I share my books. I share my journey. But I'm always the one that catching the bad end of the stick. So listen, y'all. You ready, Aja? You gonna push it? So like my brother Hawthorne James said, man, like it's not yet. It's like spitting in the motherfucking wind. And again, if you love this show, people, do me a favor, give a thumbs up. Give a thumbs up. Shout out to my brother Yaya in Philadelphia. Give a thumbs up, people. Give some encouragement because I'm getting to a point I'm tired. I'm tired of black conscious people. If you talk about who we are, you against black people. There is no black people. Black people do not exist. I keep saying
And white people.
Say it again.
And white people.
Black people and white people do not exist, big.
And red people.
Yeah. So I told y'all before, go send this to the conscious people that you watch on the regular, and let's put me in the room with them and let's see how this goes. Because everything else is spitting in the wind, bro. So we're gonna have some fun, y'all. The link is up. Please support the show. I do take in donations too, because I don't get super chat and AdSense. All of my channels are being terminated because I'm telling y'all the truth. So let's go, y'all. Hit it, my DJ. This is my DJ. What's the button? This is my DJ. DJ Aja.
How many roads must a man walk down before they call him a man? And how many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand?
Come on, share it out. Let's go. Before I go.
How many times must those cannonballs be fired before they're forever banned? Oh yeah, let me tell you that the answer, my friend, is a blow in the wind. The answer is no in the wind. Oh yeah.
Well, how many years?
How many years can a mountain exist
Yeah,
before it's washed to the sea?
I want to know how many years.
Now, how many years can a man exist before he's allowed to be free?
Too many years have gone by already now, Steve.
Now, how many times can a man turn his
He
head?
turned his head and pretend.
And he pretends that he just doesn't see. Whoa, yeah, you know the answer, my friend, is a blow in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. And let me tell you, it's blowing, 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 and it's blowing. Whoa, the answer is blowing in the wind, and it's blowing, yeah, yeah, yeah. The answer is blowing in the wind.
My wonderful brother Stevie Wonder, man. So let me say this with y'all again, man. I need y'all to hear me, man. I don't know if y'all can see it in my face and I'm tired. I don't want to deal with you black people no more in the United States. You got to deal with so much jealousy and envy. And I put the most work in. Trust me, I do. So I was reading Frantz Fanon after I got off the phone with my brother Hawthorne James yesterday. And I see a lot of people on TikTok. It's a lot of people on TikTok. Where my people at on YouTube? Are y'all sharing this out on YouTube? It's a lot of people on TikTok, man. What's up, TikTok? So I was reading Frantz Fanon's book yesterday. And I was bringing this up to Hawthorne James. And I asked him, have he ever read any of Frantz Fanon's work? Any of Frantz Fanon's work? I don't know if y'all, I'm going to ask this question for everybody that's on the feed. How many of y'all read Frantz Fanon's book? How many of y'all even know who Frantz Fanon is? How many? Anybody? Told you, man, this is not, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what y'all want me to do. Talk about gossip? You want me to talk about, the little boy that got shot in the Walmart because their parents, somebody was in the store stealing Pampers? That's what y'all want me to talk about? You want me to talk about Kamala Anthony? That's what y'all want me to talk about? How he killed somebody, but yet he got unjustly found guilty because you like to take your kids around a bunch of white people and move them away from your own people? No, bro. You got to go to Umar Johnson enough for that type of talk. But if everyone studied Frantz Fanon, if you really studied Frantz Fanon's work, a lot of our problems could be solved. I'm going to ask this question again. How many of y'all ever read Frantz Fanon's books? You may have heard of Frantz Fanon, but how many of y'all read Frantz Fanon's work? I mean, y'all can answer on TikTok. So we on TikTok. Don't act like I don't see y'all on TikTok. And we're definitely on X. How many? And if not, please go do me a favor. Y'all can play some more music until y'all get it together. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play some more music until y'all share this out on YouTube. So let's bear with me. I'm going to share this out until we get some more people on YouTube, because this is a new YouTube channel, because all of my YouTubes are being terminated, people. So when you hear me play music, it's not that I'm just playing music. I'm playing the music so no one can come on the feed late, right, and say, what we talking about? So I'm going to play some more music until y'all share it out on X. You want to press it?
I want to play my favorite.
If you don't want this type of conversation, please leave the feed right now. That goes for you on TikTok too. Huh?
I want to pick my favorite song.
Your favorite song? What's your favorite song?
Jurassic Park.
Now we're gonna do this.
I like that.
Let's play this one. Come on, we're not gonna go nowhere till we get people.
Word up. Oh, you got Poet with you, Black Poe. What up, man?
Y'all share it out.
Yo, give me some headphones. Yeah, distort the mic, Marley. I want you to distort the mic. We're gonna do it like we used to do it. Hey, yo, Premier, they're the turntables. Do your thing, man. Rock on. The victory is almost there. Just a little bit of yeah. The victory is almost there. Just a little bit of KRS while styling today. I stay controversial like Guantanamo Bay. My society is secret, sort of like the Boulay. I'm not an average MC. I don't say what they say. I don't play what they play. I'm the type to find the needle at the bottom of hay. That's why I'm rocking the day. Often they say no way until I say and the crowd go hey. From the time I stepped in the game, crisp and clear about his rep and his name. I don't tolerate disrespect to my name. To uplift my people, that's the reason I came. If you believe in peace, then we believe in the same. If you believe in war, I got that tech for your brain. If you think I'm a whore, man, you must be insane. I'm war in reverse like Big Daddy Kane. Raw. The victory is almost there. Just a little bit of DJ Premier. The victory is almost there. Just a little bit of my man Poet. The DJ Marley, Ball Bronx Connection, the Queensbridge Connection. Almost there, just a little bit of.
I know y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna believe this. Poet on the track with the nigga that diss Queensbridge. Let me show you how to bury the hatchet, the blast master with the black bastard, a classic. This is one for your dome. Niggas must understand it's hip hop full blown. Give me the mic, I'ma stay shitting, I'ma stay ripping and banana clip spitting. Niggas know Black Poe, Green Beret flow, it's nothing to me. I do it all day, yo. The victory is almost here. I'm at the front line. Yo, Chris, pull up on they rear. We got this shit surrounded. Time to wild out, nigga. What you want to do? Nigga, don't ask me. This is your LP. Molly hollered at Cream hollered at me. Now I'm standing here, warrior. Let me QB. Nigga, what's really good? What it's gonna be?
The victory is almost there. Just a little bit of DJ Premier. The victory is almost there. Just a little bit of Marley Marl. What up? The victory is almost there. Just a little bit of this ain't what you used to. KRS-One, Marley Marl, BDP with the Juice Crew. Who knew? 20 years after Scott, Marley Marl would pass the rock. And I dribble it, living it, nibble it a little bit before I
to the club and start killing it. K-R-R-S-1. Yes, they be the stars. Me, I be the sun. Jump right off the stage, breaking you off. KRS is the best of course. Street to the core, down by the law. You the number one MC, oh sure. Meet me at the club if you think you thug. KRS and poet is the type of hip hop you love. The victory is almost there. Just a little bit of Molly Moore. The victory is almost there. Just a little bit of you rock it, kid, you rock the victory. The victory is almost there. Just a little bit of. We keep showing you and showing you and showing you this is what it is.
So what I'm going to be doing, people, is start just playing music because honestly, you Negroes love entertainment. So let me say this. I asked y'all, how many of y'all ever read Frantz Fanon's work? Don't get mad at me. I'm just being real with y'all. How many of y'all read Frantz Fanon's work? I see a lot of people on TikTok. I mean, I'm asking a question. Y'all can type it in on TikTok, or you can click the link and you can come in on TikTok or come to YouTube. So if you really studied Frantz Fanon's work, right, y'all would know everything that is happening. Nothing would surprise you at all because your own people sold you out, bro. So let me share something before we get into this Frantz Fanon thing. I went to an event yesterday. It's called the MENA. I went there. I took my daughter to this event yesterday. So if y'all don't know what MENA is Middle East in North Africa. This is the out in Orange County, out here in California. This is the Middle East, right? They call it MENA. Iraq, Jordan, Lebanon, Morocco, Palestine, Tunisia, Sudan is in here too, right? This is actually called MENA. So let me just walk y'all through this. And I'm going to tell you, it was so peaceful yesterday. Peaceful. I felt like I was in Morocco yesterday. No drama, no alcohol, no racism, no ICE agents. I met a couple of people here yesterday, Ethiopian Muslims, and we were talking. This is called MENA. Y'all should look it up, right? This is the festival. No alcohol, no racism. You had people from every country, right? And as I'm sitting and I'm talking to them about the Amazigh, and every time I said Amazigh, they knew exactly what I was talking about. They said, yes, the original people of Morocco is the Amazigh. So let me just show y'all something. Again, y'all can click the link if you want to jump on the feed. Click the link. Let me get into this Frantz Fanon thing. This is the Amazigh. This is some of the clothes that was there yesterday. That's Amazigh. While we go into a Juneteenth celebrating slavery, Negroes all weekend long going to celebrate slavery from a country, a state that had nothing to do with you 2 years later. We love to talk about slavery. We love to talk about slavery. We will, oh my God. But I was at the event yesterday, right? That's Berber or Amazigh. So what is Amazigh? This is Amazigh, which represents free people. The Amazigh represents free people. So I'm there. And as I'm walking through here, I'm like, okay, let me show y'all some more before we go forward. And I'm gonna get into this Frantz Fanon. You gotta study real history. Our history, black folks did not just start in slavery. Everybody suffered slavery. Everybody suffered slavery. So this is at the event. The MENA event. Let's walk you through a little bit more. Let me show you some more. Give me 1 minute. Let your children see something other than just slavery, man. Other than slavery. My daughter is blessed to actually see these types of things. This is at the MENA event in Orange County yesterday. Peaceful. Again, no alcohol, nobody fighting, no shooting in there. There was no ICE agents in there. And it was people from Palestine, Egypt, Pakistan, whenever you want to name it, they was from there. Right? So as I'm inside the event, I'm talking to different people. And I want to give a shout out to this brother named Hamza. There was a Muslim brother from Sri Lanka. That's Tunis right there. You see Yemen? Y'all see Yemen, right? So this is called MENA, Middle East, North Africa. Middle East, North Africa. And there was a lot of people from Yemen also in there. So let me give y'all the history before we go forward, okay? And if I'm wrong, please come correct me. Y'all need to venture out to other places, big. So let me give y'all a little bit more history, all right? Give me 1 second. So come on, y'all, hit that link. I don't know what y'all doing today, but come on. I know my YouTubes, when you put up certain stuff about certain people, they're not gonna put it in the algorithm. So I put up about Frantz Fanon. That's why it's not in the algorithm like that. So your forefather was Arabs from Yemen. Your forefathers was from Yemen, who settled here over 5,000 years ago and gave the name Jannah, Jana, which is now called Ghana. Okay? Which is now called Ghana. And see, this is the type of conversation that black folks don't want to have. These sleeping giants, these so-called educated black folks don't want to have this conversation about who we were. So as I'm at the event, I'm telling them about my ancestors is from Morocco. Morocco, right? I expect more photos and videos. For what? Come on, family, get off my feed, brother. I'm going to block you because you're the one that said. I'm going to block this particular person. This is my number one fan, y'all. That's my number one fan. I'm going to block him. He's the one that said. I'm going to show him something before we go forward. He's the one that said he makes up multiple channels, and for some odd reason, he finds my channel, no matter if I make another one. So you're not doing no damage by making multiple pages, brother, and then reporting my channel. Don't work. It don't work. Now, before I block you, if you want to be a man to come on the feed, you definitely can be a man to come on the feed, okay? Because I got something for you, because I knew you was going to be the first one in line. So he's the one that said he makes multiple channels and report my channels. As if he's really doing something. You got that much time on your hand, brother? I must have messed with your girl or something. So let's move forward. Now, let's put the link up here just in case he wants to come. That's the link. I'm not angry, brother. I'm nowhere. Do I look like I'm angry, Ajin? No, I'm not angry. You just a thirsty dude. So let's move forward. Just click the link. It's right there. So let's move forward. So we are the ones that's there. It's us. So I'm at the event yesterday, at the MENA event, right? I'm at the MENA event and I'm talking to the people and we building. So as I'm at the event, I ran across a brother from Sri Lanka. He said, my ancestors, he said, I live in Woodland Hills. If y'all don't know what Woodland Hills is, that's out here in California. He said, I'm from Woodland Hills. He said he was darker than me. This is his card right here. So him and I are talking yesterday. And he's telling me that his ancestors is from Morocco. Morocco. That's wild. He said his ancestors from Morocco. And he was darker than dark. Right? So he said, if you go to Woodland Hills and you in that community, he said, you'll see the dark Moroccans. I said, I know, because media only portray the light Moroccans or the light Tunisians or the light Egyptians. Does that make sense? So if you went to that event with me yesterday, I know you wouldn't want to come, brother, because you have to pay to get in there. So you would have to pay to get in. So being at this event and seeing all the brothers, and they like brother. No alcohol. no fighting, no ice ages. And as I'm sitting with the brother Hamza, I'm telling him about the Ud. Now, his name is Hamza El Ud. Let me give y'all the history on Ud before we get into this. This is Ud, y'all. You can do your research. You can look this up. This is called Ud, right? Ud oil is like capital. Ud oil is capital. It's money. Look up Ud. This is Ud. This is Ud greatness. This is Ud. So this is like capital. Since you like to go make fake pages, what you should do is go look all this stuff up. Go look it up. Okay, go look it up. Look up Ud oil. Okay, and then you come back to me. It's like capital. So as we were talking, man, it smells so good. So as we were talking, the brother now, he was telling me about he from Sri Lanka. I said, yes, they call Sri Lankan Moors. In Sri Lanka, they're called Sri Lankan Moors. He said his ancestors are from Morocco. So when people say that Sabir, you talk down on black people, there is no black people. They don't exist. But I know it makes money. I got it. It makes money. But give me 1 second. Let me go a little further. So the whole time I'm there, and I could have used my press to get in there. I'm a journalist, but I paid to get in there. I paid to go. Right? So let me show you how crazy this was. You're doing a lot of typing, brother. You can come on the feed, all right, bro? Stop typing and come on the feed before I block you, all right? This was the charging port. It was free. The charging port was free. I said, damn. So my point, people, we have to have real panel discussions. And as I left this place, I sat back and I started reading Frantz Fanon's book. Frantz Fanon's work. And man, when I tell you, man, everything that these brothers been saying about me is coming out. And this is before we were born. So let me pull this up so y'all can see this book. And I'm talking to you, family, with that fake page. I want you to pick up a book and read, brother. Stop making fake pages. I want you to really read and dig within yourself. Look at this book right here, y'all. Somebody or all of y'all should read this book. It's 209 pages. Towards the African Revolution. That's Frantz Fanon. But what caught me, what really, really caught me on Frantz Fanon, right? I don't cut you off, brother. If you got something intelligent to say, brother, I'm not going to cut you off. So let me make this clear for you. I'm not going to cut you off if you have something intelligent to say. But I want you to show me your face. I don't cut nobody off. But if you have nothing to add on to this platform, this is not your show unless you're donating to the show. Different, but you can click the link. No doubt. But remember this. You don't pay for StreamYard. Okay? I pay for StreamYard. So respect. When I say cut it, that means shut up, move to the side. Okay? Now, if you want to have a debate with me face to face, then what you can do is put some money up. That's what you can do. Remember, this is my show. So pick up Frantz Fanon's book. But what took me out about this particular book is what he said inside his book. So give me 1 second. Let's find that page. Negroes always want to be 5 minutes, get 5 minutes of fame and say, well, I cut them off. I don't cut you off. You respect my show. This ain't your show. You don't add anything to this show. Now, if you show me some books, that's different. You know what I mean, Shane? Yeah, Aja?
Huh?
Nothing. You in your own world. So I'm going to post something up. Give me 1 minute. of Frantz Fanon. So Frantz Fanon was talking about it's not the white man you got to worry about, it's your own people that you have to worry about. It's not the white man, it's your own people. So I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to give y'all time. I thought I had it up here. I thought I had it. Give me 1 minute. It's always your own people. Y'all inferior like a mother freaker, brother. Damn, black folks, y'all inferior. You should be happy I give you the opportunity to come on a feed. Let me pull something up. Give me 1 second. Where are you? Okay, so let me let y'all see what Frantz Fanon said in his book. Now, if you never read the book, please do not respond if you haven't read Frantz Fanon's books. So last night, as I was reading the book, I ran across this: the West Indies and Africans. Now, bear with me 1 second. Now, if you read Frantz Fanon's work, right? If you really read Frantz Fanon's work, this is in his book. But the kicker to all of this is that I have this one: Central Africa and the Caribbean. You get it? This is what I'm reading, right? But Frantz Fanon's book said, look at this one: Atlantis and the Caribbean. Do you know how much reading you really have to do and cross-reference everything? Do y'all know how much cross-referencing you have to do? Not with AI, but in Frantz Fanon's book, look what he said. Give me 1 second. Let's find the part when he talks about. He says that the enemy of the Negro is often not the white man, but his own color. Frantz Fanon did this one in 1962. 1962. He's 1962. For the example, the enemy of the Negro is often not the white man, but his own color. This is why we suggested, look at this. Come on, man. It's us. We're the problem. Jealousy, envy, hatred. I've never been jealous of a person a day in my life. So as I'm reading this book yesterday, I started saying, damn, he is absolutely right. We don't want the truth. So I went through something yesterday. I was going through something yesterday. I was supposed to went to the Comic Con yesterday, but it was an issue because I was going to wear this. I was going to wear this to the Comic Con, but some brothers was getting upset. So I wanted to respect the brother, basically, who invited me. I wanted to respect him. But everything that I do is a lesson. And you get very disappointed. Very, very disappointed in your own people. Very disappointed in your own people. Right? So that made me read Frantz Fanon's book last night. And as I was reading this, it said, for example, the enemy of the Negro is not often the white, but it's your own color. I said, damn. So what I was going to do at the Comic Con is I was going to actually educate the people on what it was that I was wearing on my head. But brothers are so petrified. And this is what Brother Hawthorne James was saying. He said, we have a bunch of coward black people. Coward black people. You know I'm going to push the envelope. Y'all know. I'm going to push the envelope. But I was actually kind of told, like, nigga, don't wear that. Don't wear it, bro. And sometimes that disappoints you. Okay? And I wanted to respect the brother. But I did a book on it. I'm the one that brought this out. It wasn't Ye. It was me. That's my book I did on it. So it's not always the white man that you got to get disappointed from. You got to get disappointed from your own people because they scared to death to have this conversation. Now, for y'all that don't know where this is at, that was me during Black History Month with KRS-One. I was in LA during Black History Month, and I wore this at the event. KRS-One didn't have a problem with it. He didn't even know it was me, number one. He didn't know it was me. But I did a book when I came back from Spain. And I tell everybody, if you want the book, you can holler at me. Or I can do a whole lecture on it. So that's what I was going to do at the Comic-Con. I was going to do this at the Comic-Con. But just like D.L. Hughley got upset because I had to tell someone a swastika on my neck, it was the same exact thing. So I'm very wary about y'all black folks, man. Y'all not really with it. Y'all not with it for real. And that's what makes me go back to Frantz Fanon's work. Y'all should read Frantz Fanon. Read his work. It's amazing. So I'm going to stop doing a lot of things, people online, and just do stuff privately on my Zoom classes. So y'all going to have to sign up, and y'all going to have to pay for them. You have to pay for it. I'm fine. Okay? But if you want to get this book, you can email me. Not no stalker, but if you're really interested in the book, you can email me at sabirbayradio@gmail.com. All right? So pick up Frantz Fanon's works. I have all Frantz Fanon's books, all of his books. So when I was reading his book last night, I was like, wow, it's not just the white man, it's your own people because of jealousy and envy. Let's go back to Frantz Fanon, and I'm going to play some stuff on Frantz Fanon. So any subject that you would like Sabir to talk about, believe me, I can build on. It's the conscious people that's the problem. Okay? So, what Frantz Fanon said, that the enemy of the Negro is not often the white man, but it's his own color. Own color. So we're the problem. So let's pull up more. I'm going to show you the book again, and I'm going to go into Frantz Fanon. That's one of his books. Y'all should read it. I'm going to pull up another one that you should read. I know it's too many pages for these cats to read, but I'm going to pull up another one on Frantz Fanon. Wretched of the Earth. See, they ban people who will actually make you think. They will make you think. So bear with me. That's Wretched of the Earth. I'm going to go a little further. I'm going to show you some more of what Frantz Fanon was talking about. And so let's see if this is true or not. Let's see if this is true. So how many books have y'all read of Frantz Fanon? How many books y'all read on Frantz Fanon? Y'all can click the link. Come on. How many books? Let's open up Black Skin, White Mask and see if this is true or not. All they ask is just the African today is the feeling of inferiority, is especially evident in the educated black man. That's Frantz Fanon. I told you, all of this stuff that is happening with our people, if this was taught to our people, we can solve a lot of these damn problems that we have out here today. But no, go to school and get a good education. Go join the military. That's what they tell y'all. Okay? So, it's called inferiority. Inferior. That's why other nations laugh at y'all. Not because it's just the complexion of your skin, it's because your mentality is like a child. And you allow these educated dummies to teach you. Again, black skin, white mask. All they ask of the black man is to be a good nigga, and the rest will follow on its own. Don't question nothing. That goes for D.L. Hughley, Don Lemon, Godfrey's, Roland Martins, the Boyce Watkins. That goes for all of these cats. They are the problem. They're the problem. It's a clique thing amongst these people. And it's nothing that they're teaching you. Again, that's Black Skin, White Mask by Frantz Fanon. That's what's going on, people. And speaking of Frantz Fanon, let's roll some videos on Frantz Fanon. So turn up the volume like my brother Stan says. Join the feed if you want to debunk anything I'm saying. If you want to debunk anything I'm saying, I'm fine with it too. Okay? Hopefully, then again, I don't care because they may block this channel again or terminate it. But everything that I do, people, is saved on StreamYard. So please go look up these videos. I'm going to play this one about Frantz Fanon. Pay attention, and please support the channel.
45. More than half of humanity was living under the yoke of colonialism. No right to vote, no right to own land, no right to speak their own name in their mother tongue. The empires believed that order would last forever. Then there appeared a man, not a general, not a politician, not a king, a psychiatrist, from a small island whose name most people did not know. And he asked the question that no empire dared to answer. What has colonialism done to the human mind? His answer, written in blood, medicine, and philosophy, ignited dozens of revolutions across 4 continents. This is the story of that man, and of the question he left behind, still unanswered to this very day. Chapter 1. The Son of Martinique. If you look at a map of the world and search for the island of Martinique, you will have to look very closely. It is nothing more than a small dot in the Atlantic Ocean, nestled within the Caribbean archipelago, smaller than a provincial backwater. But from that tiny dot, in 1925, a man was born who would go on to shake the entire world. Martinique at that time was a French colony. Not a colony in the sense of being governed from a distance, but a colony in the sense that it seeped into every hidden corner of daily life. The people here spoke French, studied French history, and sang the French national anthem. Children went to school and learned that their ancestors were the Gauls, Europeans, even though their skin was dark and their hair was curled.
Stop. So, if you study the history of the Gauls, like in Ireland, the Gauls, their skin was dark, but the hair was curly and kinky. Y'all get it yet? Is it registered in your mental Rolodex yet? Should I rewind that back one more time? Oh, let's go back one more time. Oh, give me 1 second. Let's wind that back so you can get it, and I'm gonna explain it to you.
Their ancestors were the Gauls, Europeans, even though their skin was dark and their hair was curled. It was one of the strangest paradoxes that colonialism ever produced, turning black children into Frenchmen in their minds, while the outside world still regarded them as outsiders. Frantz Fanon was born into a black middle-class family in Fort-de-France. His father, Casimir Fanon, was a civil servant. His mother, Eleanor Medélis, was of Alsatian descent mixed with African blood. The family was not wealthy, but they had enough to eat, enough to study, and enough to believe in one thing. If you studied hard, if you spoke proper French, if you conducted yourself with dignity, then a black person could also be accepted by the civilized world. That was the belief an entire generation of Martinicans held close. And it was the very belief that Frantz Fanon would spend his entire life tearing apart. Fanon was an exceptional student. From an early age, he devoured everything he could find: philosophy, literature, history. He grew up with everything a colonial child was taught: that France was the cradle of civilization, that the French Revolution of 1789 had brought freedom to all of humanity, that the duty of Martinicans was to become worthy French citizens. But it was right there in that same school that he met the man who would change his thinking forever. S.M.E. Césaire was Fanon's literature teacher at the Lycée Schulche in Fort-de-France. He was no ordinary teacher. Césaire was already a celebrated poet, the founder of the Negritude movement, a cultural and political movement that asserted black people had their own history, their own culture, their own dignity, and needed no permission from Europeans to take pride in who they were. Sitting in Césaire's classroom, Fanon heard for the first time an adult black man say plainly, "The system teaching you is a system built on lies." That the history of black people did not begin when Europeans set foot on African soil.
Run that back.
That a black Europeans to take pride in who they were. Sitting in Césaire's classroom, Fanon heard for the first time an adult black man say plainly, "The system teaching you is a system built on lies." That the history of black people did not begin when Europeans set foot on African soil. That a black person having to pretend to be a Gaul in order to be considered civilized was a humiliation, not an honor. For others, those words might have been mere poetry. For Fanon, they were a thunderbolt striking the deepest layers of his mind. In 1939, the Second World War erupted.
So let me ask y'all this question. See how quiet it is on this feed? Y'all are very quiet on this feed. So the crazy part is we're still being taught the same damn thing. We're being taught. You think I'm playing? Stop promoting whatever you're promoting, family. I'm gonna block you, okay? I keep trying to tell you this is not the show to promote your stuff. So if y'all ever read Carter G. Woodson's book, The Miseducation of the Negro and The Education of the Negro, did y'all get it? The Education of the Negro, and Carter G. Woodson has The Miseducation of the Negro. It's nothing in these schools they teaching you. They're only teaching you about slavery. And when you beat that in a person's head, you become that. Y'all don't get it? Let's pull us back up. Listen up. So all of us are being taught, get a good education, which is not a good education. Okay, let me put this brother on timeout. Let me block you, brother. I'm going to block you, family. I just told you that, okay? Please, I told you to be respectful when you come to this feed. So, be respectful when you come here. So what happened, you being taught that you were a slave, the white man freed you, our history started with slavery, we wasn't greater than that. It's nothing about the Moors inside these schools. It's nothing about our ancestors being Moors. Inferiority is a motherfucker, bro. And that's what Frantz Fanon was talking about. Let's move forward. I got some more with Frantz Fanon. So I'm gonna move through these videos, y'all. So come on, anytime you want to chop it up, come on in the feed and let's talk. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pause this for 1 second, and I want y'all to listen. If anybody's confused, please come on the feed. Okay? Anyone's confused, please jump into the cipher. Told you this is a hard job, brother. Listen up. This is my brother Tommy Davidson. So this is the brother that turned me on to Frantz Fanon. It was Tommy Davidson. That's me, Tommy Davidson, and myself. So Tommy Davidson is the one that turned me on to Frantz Fanon, a comedian. Listen up.
Definitely, man. It's like I had some stuff in my head already, though. We're gonna come from the off the cuff. He just checked out, for those that may be listening, and looking at this. He was checking out the science of my shirt.
Of course.
You know,
You got it happening.
You got to have.
Oh, you got it happening. What we have here is we have the Olmecs right here.
They don't know nothing about that, man.
That's the Olmecs. So that
Who are the Olmecs?
Well, the Olmecs are some stone statues that were left in what is today Costa Rica and Panama. But it's proof that the Africans were in Northern America before Columbus. before Columbus and the Americans, which stands to reason because the Moors gave them the navigational instruments and the navigational knowledge to know where that stuff was first. But truthfully, the reason why the Portuguese started the slave trade
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
to do with her. For Columbus, it made all the sense in the world because they were the first ones to know that stuff was over there. And Christopher Colon is proof that the Africans were. The Olmecs are some stone statues that were left in what is today Costa Rica and Panama. But it's proof that the Africans were in Northern America before before Columbus and the Americans, which stands to reason because the Moors gave them the navigational instruments and the navigational knowledge to know where that stuff was first. But truthfully, the reason why the Portuguese started the slave trade, it made all the sense in the world because they were the first ones to know that stuff was over there. And Christopher Columbus, as we know of, Christopher Columbus was one of the first actual slavers to go up and down that coast. So it stands to reason. But actually, he was lost.
Exactly.
He was lost, and he had Moorish captains. So he didn't know where he was or if he was even going to be able to refine him. This night right here,
which one
is in the middle. That's Tutankhamun's sarcophagus.
See? You see what happens?
You can't be quiet. What's wrong?
Come on, let's go.
You got a baby. You can't laugh through this.
Come on,
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Let's go. Come on.
You gotta go home, but you gotta get the fuck out of here.
I gotta go home.
Why?
It's so funny.
Oh,
You're so funny.
Got her caption.
Talk about
Right, me?
let me tell you.
Yeah. Where are you from, babe?
Brooklyn.
No, your family.
Ethnicity.
Brooklyn, New York.
Ethnicity.
Yeah,
Ethnicity.
American.
No, you're Italian, right?
Yeah.
All right. That's what about it.
Okay.
Yes, it's spiritual.
Okay. Now,
Yeah, because
we're gonna talk
Italians
about
don't
that
understand
because
how
you
black
know what? It's so.
that was a spiritual
It is
reaction.
sad. It was sad that.
No, that was a spiritual reaction.
This is. I know that, and it's like when you were
Right.
saying that, she knew. And if I would, it's a movie with.
No, innately, she knew.
Exactly.
That's all. It wasn't. It has nothing to do with her.
Wow.
It's almost like when you come to a brother and you say, "Hey, man, do you know where the?" I'll give you an example. I got a cab this morning, and I had my bags at the curb, and the black guy from Ethiopia, opened the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Come on," and I said, "If I have to move my own bags, I'm not tipping you." So when we got to the hotel, he looked at me and I said, "I told you I'm not tipping you," and he looked a little confused. The reason why he was confused was because he didn't understand why he didn't help me with the bags in the first place. And it's what Frantz Fanon, who's one of the foremost psychiatrists, psychologists of our time, who was actually blocked out of the picture, who Malcolm X studied from, Mandela studied from, and Fidel Castro studied from, who died in the late 50s in a hotel room with the CIA in front of it. But he's a foremost psychiatrist, and he published a book called, he has a book that was published of all of his work and his essays on the racism that's in European psychologists, Jung and Freud in their theories. Not only that, but he set all the modern reforms that are in mental hospitals these days. So they were set up like prisons. He's the one. It was his idea that you can open them up and let people walk around. He also overthrew the Algerian government while running the top paper in Algeria and treating the revolutionary soldiers in the hospital at the same time. Served in the war and is from Martinique.
You on point, man. I thought
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted, man.
So,
You think
my point is that what Frantz Fanon's theory, psychological theory is that we're in a post-colonial psychology. And what he calls that is an auto-destructional stage, which is the oppressor will oppress for so long that the oppressed no longer have to be physically oppressed. They do it to themselves automatically. So he was having a psychological response to me, not understanding that it was elicited by what Fanon described. You see what I'm saying? But what it did was it hurt his income. So see, what we do is we hurt ourselves in that way. That's all. And so the same reaction came from her. It's not conscious. It's not conscious. What has happened to us is a lot deeper than conscious, because if it wasn't, we can just figure it out.
So why do y'all get it yet? So if you really study Frantz Fanon's work, like I said, I don't even know what's going on with my computer. So are we here? Let me see if we good. Are we good? Let me get my camera. Okay. So if y'all really study Frantz Fanon's work, I don't know why is it doing it. Okay. If y'all really study Frantz Fanon's work, y'all will understand why and where we at today. You got to study Frantz Fanon's work. Can I give y'all some more Frantz Fanon? Let's pull up Frantz Fanon's work again. Read Wretched of the Earth. Can't make this up. Read The Wretched of the Earth. And if you want to join the feed, feel free to join the feed, y'all. That was Tommy Davidson and I over 18 years ago. This is Frantz Fanon's book, The Wretched of the Earth. Now, this channel may be terminated by the time I get off here, but it's saved on StreamYard. Okay? So that's Wretched of the Earth. So once you read his books and you understand him, it'll all start making sense. And you wouldn't be so emotional, Black people. You are the problem. We're doing it to ourselves. We're doing it. Let's pull this one up. Again, Frantz Fanon. All his works. So we are our worst enemy, B. We are our worst enemy. We're the problem. Everybody want to be fake famous on social media now. Everybody wants to pay for followers, pay for likes, pay for people who blue checks, but no real substance at all. So before we play this next one with Frantz Fanon for the other group of people who say, why don't you never talk about America? I have talked about America. How much more you want me to talk about with America? What you gonna do? So let me pull this up. So for the people that says, why don't you talk about what's going on in America? When you start buying books and you start traveling, how about this part? Like books like this. How about buying some books? I got all the books. Then I would talk to y'all if you present some books like this. That goes for Top Cat too. Okay? All right? When you can pull out some books or tell me where you've been, then I will sit and talk with you. But again, you don't want to get embarrassed because you don't have those books. Now you probably, and if you have those books, you should know them for like the top of your head. So let me show you some more before we get into this next Frantz Fanon video. For the people that keep saying, why don't you talk about America? Okay? Are we good? Do you know how much reading you have to do and cross-referencing you have to do? And this is like a 24-hour, 7-day job to really do this, to put all this stuff together. You got it? So, yeah, it's a lot of researching. It's a lot. It's a whole lot to this. It's a lot. Okay, so let's move forward with Frantz Fanon. And again, please smash that like button, y'all, because this is a new channel before they take this one down so we can put it out in the algorithm. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to Sabir D. Bay on YouTube, and please support. Okay, I do have a Zelle, Chime, Cash App, Apple Pay, and all those other beautiful things. So let's dig in some more Frantz Fanon. Let's go to Frantz Fanon. Come on, y'all. 16. Let's go.
Frantz Fanon wrote a book so dangerous that France banned it the same day it published. While dying of leukemia in 1961, this black psychiatrist created something that turned college students into revolutionaries, got smuggled across borders and hollowed out Bibles, and made the CIA put him on a watch list. He raced against death to finish one final message to the colonized world. Your chains are in your mind. Violence will set you free, and your oppressors are more terrified of you than you've ever been of them. 3 months later, he was dead. His book is still igniting revolutions. What made one man's ideas worth killing? Fanon told colonized people worldwide that their mental enslavement mattered more than their physical chains, and that force against oppressors wasn't just justified, it was psychologically necessary for liberation. Steve Biko built South Africa's Black consciousness movement on his theories. Palestinian fighters and liberation movements from Bolivia to Ghana still quote his manifesto like scripture. They couldn't kill his ideas, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why empires still fear a dead man's words. But to
This week, we're hosting a free trading and investing workshop right here in Irvine. Inside this workshop, you'll learn that you don't need to be a Wall Street professional to trade like one. Instead of getting a fine.
understand why those words detonated across the world, you need to see where the explosion started. July 1925, Fort de France, Martinique. Frantz Fanon was born into a middle-class black family on a Caribbean island that looked like paradise, but functioned as a psychological prison. His parents scraped together money to send him to Lycée Victor Schellcher, the island's elite school. But what happened in those classrooms was calculated violence. Every morning, black children stood and recited our ancestors, the Gauls, memorizing French kings and European battles, while their actual ancestors lay in unmarked graves on sugar plantations. When young Fanon spoke Creole French, teachers scolded him for not using proper French. Speak Creole? Primitive. Mention African history? Ignorant. Only French mattered. French language, French heroes, French culture. One teacher refused to participate in this erasure. S.M.E. Césaire had just created the Negritude movement, teaching that black identity was power, not shame. He planted seeds in Fanon's mind about pride and resistance, but seeds need fire to grow. 1940, Vichy fascists seized control of Martinique after France fell to Hitler. Suddenly, French racism wasn't polite anymore. It became official policy. Fanon, 15 years old, watched the mask slip off. The civilized colonizers revealed themselves as brutal oppressors who had always been there, just hidden behind promises of equality. Fanon was 15 when he watched French civilization reveal its true face. 2 years later, he volunteered to die for it. At 17, Frantz Fanon joined the Free French Army in 1943, believing he was fighting for liberty and human dignity. He fought in the forests of Alsace, took shrapnel near Montbéliard, earned the Croix de Guerre for courage under fire. French officers pinned medals on his chest, then barred him from their mess halls because of his skin color. When Germany finally surrendered, Charles de Gaulle ordered every black soldier removed from formations entering German territory. France's victory parade couldn't have black faces visible in the photographs. The men who bled for France had to watch from the sidelines as white soldiers took credit for their sacrifice. Fanon wrote his brother Joby from Europe, "I've been deceived, and I am paying for my mistakes. I'm sick of it all." That letter marked the death of one Frantz Fanon and the birth of another, a man who would spend his life diagnosing and destroying the psychological machinery of white supremacy. Before we continue with how Fanon transformed his rage into the most feared revolutionary text of the 20th century, if you believe these stories of black intellectuals who terrified empires need to be heard, subscribe to Black Stories Untold. We're exposing the thinkers they tried to silence and the truths they spent millions
Come on,
covering
y'all,
up.
share this out.
Now,
Share it out. Join the
back to the
conversation.
video. 1947. Fanon entered medical school at the University of Lyon to study psychiatry. In Lyon's hospitals, he treated North African immigrant workers, Algerian men suffering psychological breakdowns that French doctors diagnosed as proof of racial inferiority. Colonial psychiatrist Antoine Perrault published papers claiming Algerians had underdeveloped frontal lobes and were mentally primitive, medical degrees used to justify oppression. Fanon recognized what others refused to see. These men suffered from the trauma of racism itself. Society was sick, but doctors blamed the victims. He wrote his doctoral thesis laying out exactly how colonialism manufactured mental illness, how white supremacy functioned as psychological warfare. His committee rejected it as too radical. So in 1952, Fanon published Black Skin, White Masks himself. The book exposed colonialism's deepest weapon, forcing black people to see themselves through white eyes, split between two identities, never fully either one. Fanon watched it happen every day in his clinic. Black men staring in mirrors and seeing monsters. Algerian women scrubbing their skin raw, trying to lighten it. Patients who'd abandoned their birth names, their mother tongues, their entire identities, all for a chance at being treated human. But Fanon went further. He argued that liberation required recognizing this psychological split and refusing to perform for white approval anymore. Political revolution had to begin with mental decolonization, reclaiming the right to define yourself on your own terms.
Don't you look like A$AP Rocky? You look like A$AP Rocky.
In Caribbean villages, people passed copies hidden in Bible.
Want to lose weight without losing muscle? Factor got me there.
Come on, man, with these commercials, dude.
I was tired of all the cutting and bulking cycles, so instead
covers. In African townships, students gathered in secret to read passages aloud. Why? Because Fanon said what no one else dared. The hate you feel when you look in the mirror, that's not yours. It was planted there. You're not sick. The system is sick. And you don't need anyone's permission to be free. That book exposed colonialism's playbook. But Fanon wasn't satisfied just writing about the disease. In 1953, he walked straight into its heart. November 1953. Frantz Fanon arrived in Algeria as head psychiatrist at Blida Joinville Psychiatric Hospital. The moment he stepped off the boat, he entered a nightmare. French colonists lived in stone houses with electricity and running water. Algerians lived in what Fanon described as a town on its knees, wallowing in mire. No lights, no infrastructure, systematic starvation. At Blida Joinville, Fanon revolutionized psychiatric treatment. He created cafe meetings where Algerian patients discussed their lives in Arabic instead of French. He established workshops for basket weaving and pottery, organized Muslim and Christian religious celebrations, started a patient-run newspaper. He was reconnecting people to their culture instead of forcing them to assimilate into French normalcy. But his patient roster revealed the true horror. French soldiers who brutalized Algerians during interrogations came to him with nightmares and psychological breakdowns. Algerian victims arrived unable to speak, unable to stop screaming. One French policeman sought treatment because torture had made him violent at home. He was battering his wife and children. The man didn't want to stop brutalizing Algerians. He wanted relief from the psychological cost so he could continue with a clear conscience. Fanon stared at an impossible truth. You cannot heal individuals in a society built on violence. November 1954, the FLN, or the National Liberation Front, launched coordinated attacks across Algeria, declaring war on French colonial rule. Frantz Fanon immediately chose a side. His hospital became a secret sanctuary. He treated wounded FLN fighters, hid weapons, provided medical cover for revolutionaries. By 1956, this impossible double life was destroying him. He was a French government employee, helping France massacre the people he was secretly protecting. On November 1956, he wrote his resignation letter. There comes a time when silence becomes dishonesty. France expelled him in January 1957, giving him 48 hours to leave Algeria. Fanon went underground instead. He surfaced in Tunis, joined the FLN openly as editor of their newspaper, El Mujahid, and became the intellectual voice of Algerian liberation. France thought expelling him would end the threat. Instead, within months, Fanon had become Africa's most dangerous diplomat. As FLN ambassador to Ghana, Frantz Fanon traveled across Africa, meeting revolutionary leaders, Kwame Nkrumah in Ghana, Patrice Lumumba in Congo, Felix Mumi in Cameroon. At the 1958 All-African People's Congress in Accra, he advocated passionately for the African Legion, a continent-wide armed force that could coordinate liberation struggles from Algeria to South Africa. European powers understood the threat.
Listen.
One unified Africa, sharing weapons, tactics, and revolutionary consciousness, could dismantle the entire colonial project. Fanon was the architect connecting these movements. French intelligence sent assassins. Near the Algeria-Tunisia border, a landmine detonated under Fanon's car. 12 vertebrae fractured. He survived, barely. More assassination attempts followed. His body was breaking, but he kept traveling, kept writing, kept building networks of resistance. Then in December 1960, doctors diagnosed leukemia, months to live. Fanon's response? Race death itself, by dictating the most dangerous book ever written about colonialism. March through May 1961, Frantz Fanon lay in a Tunis hospital bed, dying, while his wife Josie sat beside him with pen and paper. For 3 months, through waves of pain, he dictated The Wretched of the Earth. Josie wrote frantically, capturing every word before the disease could silence him forever. The book opened with a declaration that made governments ban it immediately. Decolonization is always a violent phenomenon.
Can I sit now? It was.
Fanon explained that colonialism was born through force and maintained through force. Therefore, only force could destroy it. The colonizers spoke only one language, force. His most controversial argument came next. Violence had therapeutic value for the colonized. Fighting back didn't just win political freedom, it restored psychological humanity. Violence is a cleansing force that frees the native from his inferiority complex and restores his self-respect. The oppressed needed to fight not for revenge, but for rebirth. Jean-Paul Sartre wrote a preface that turned controversial into explosive. He told white European readers, to shoot down a European is to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, to destroy an oppressor and the man he oppresses at the same time. France banned the book the day it published. They smuggled it anyway, in hollowed books, in suitcases with false bottoms, passed hand to hand across Africa, Latin America, the Caribbean, and into American ghettos where the Black Panther Party would make it required reading. Frantz Fanon's leukemia accelerated. He flew to Rome for one final meeting with Sartre, then accepted a CIA offer for treatment in the United States. He traveled under the name Ibrahim Omar Fanon. What happened next remains disputed. By the time Fanon received proper treatment at a Maryland hospital, it was too late. Double pneumonia set in. Some historians argue bureaucratic delays killed him. Others suggest the CIA calculated that a dead Fanon posed less threat than a living revolutionary icon who might survive to inspire more uprisings. December 6, 1961, Frantz Fanon died at 36, 7 months before Algeria won independence. He never walked free streets in a liberated Algiers, but his words were already spreading like a virus through every colonized nation on Earth. The Black Panther Party made The Wretched of the Earth required reading for all members. Bobby Seale handed Huey Newton a copy at one of their first meetings. Frantz Fanon's analysis of police as occupying forces became the intellectual foundation of their 10-point program. When Panthers organized armed patrols monitoring police in Oakland, they were applying Fanon's theory that colonized people must meet violence with organized counter-violence. In South Africa, Steve Biko used
Yep. Man, if y'all didn't get anything from this video, bro, I don't even know what black folks want. I'm gonna be real with y'all. If y'all didn't get anything from this big, I keep telling you, you believe and think that Umar Johnson's, you believe and think that Tariq Nasheed, you believe and think that these people that you watch on these platforms is about that. They're truly not about this, B. They're truly not about it. So when I sit back and I watch our people, I'm like, damn, Frantz Fanon was right. We are our own worst enemies. We are. Even in this conscious game. And Carter G. Woodson said exactly what Frantz Fanon said. Carter G. Woodson said in his book, this book, The Miseducation of the Negro. Do you know that Carter G. Woodson said we need teachers that's willing to teach the truth? Did y'all know that? Carter G. Woodson said this in his book. We need teachers in school that is willing to teach the truth. But what I told a sister earlier today, your paycheck determines the amount of truth you're willing to tell. Your paycheck determines the amount of truth. This is why for all of you keep asking me about Godfrey's and all these other people, they don't want to have this type of conversation with Sabir. My mind is too advanced for these people, bro. Too advanced. Yes, it's live, brother Marcus. It's live. We are live, brother. And I'm going to get off here, but we live. But we are live exactly at, what is it? 2:16 p.m. We are live. So what Frantz Fanon was saying, exactly what Carter G. Woodson was saying. Carter G. Woodson said the same thing. He said the same thing. We need teachers that's willing to teach the truth. To teach the truth. Can I give y'all some more? Don't forget to smash that like button, y'all. This is a new channel. Smash the like button and please support what I'm doing, y'all. Seriously. Because I don't know what they're going to do with these channels. So support. Zelle, Apple Pay, Cash App, Chime, all those beautiful things. I'm going to give y'all something else, okay? And if anybody wants to freely challenge me right now, click the link and challenge me. I'll give you the floor. I'll give you the floor to challenge me. But don't come with your emotions. Just give me some facts. All right? Are we good? So let's just go to Carter G. Woodson for a minute. Hurry up, y'all. Let's go. Come on. And this is what my brother told me, John, in Chicago. He said that's why people walk away from all of this with y'all. People walk away because it gets tiresome. So let's go to Carter G. Woodson. Hit the link. This is Carter G. Woodson, y'all. Let's go.
Battery 90%. iPhone. iPad 107.
Copies of the Constitution of the United States. Chapter 9. Political Education Neglected. Some time ago, when Congressman Oscar DePriest was distributing by thousands copies of the Constitution of the United States, certain wiseacres were disposed to make fun of it. What purpose would such an act serve? These critics, however, probably did not know that.
Let me explain this to y'all before we start this. No, I'm gonna do something real quick. I want y'all to pay attention. This is Carter G. Woodson, Chapter 9 of the Miseducation of the Negro. Chapter 9 of the Miseducation of the Negro. Pay attention.
Chapter 9. Political Education Neglected. Some time ago, when Congressman Oscar DePriest was distributing by thousands copies of the Constitution of the United States, certain wiseacres were disposed to make fun of it. What purpose would such an act serve? These critics, however, probably did not know that thousands and thousands of Negro children in this country are not permitted to use school books in which are printed the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution of the United States. Thomas Jefferson and James Madison are mentioned in their history as figures have the Chapter
One
9
time.
Political Education Neglected. Some time ago, when Congressman Oscar DePriest was distributing by thousands copies of the Constitution of the United States, certain wiseacres were disposed to make fun of it. What purpose would such an act serve? These critics, however, probably did not know that thousands and thousands of Negro children in this country are not permitted to use school books in which are printed the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution of the United States. Thomas Jefferson and James Madison are mentioned in their history as figures in politics rather than as expounders of liberty and freedom. These youths are not permitted to learn that Jefferson believed that government should derive its power from the consent of the governed. Not long ago, a measure was introduced in a certain state legislature to have the Constitution of the United States thus printed in school histories. But when the bill was about to pass, it was killed by someone who made the point that it would never do to have Negroes study the Constitution of the United States. If the Negroes were granted the opportunity to pursue this document, they might learn to contend for the rights therein guaranteed. The teaching of government, or the lack of such instruction, then, must be made to conform to the policy of keeping the Negro in his place. In like manner, the teaching of history in the Negro area has had its political significance. Starting out after the Civil War, the opponents of freedom and social justice decided to work out a program which would enslave the Negro's mind inasmuch as the freedom of body had to be conceded. It was well understood that if by the teaching of history, the white man could be further assured of his superiority, and the Negro could be made to feel that he had always been a failure, and that the subjection of his will to some other race is necessary, the freedman then would still be a slave. If you can control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his action. When you determine what a man shall think, you do not have to concern yourself about what he will do. If you make a man feel that he is inferior, you do not have to compel him to accept an inferior status, for he will seek it himself. If you make a man think that he is justly an outcast, you do not have to order him to the back door. He will go without being told. And if there is no back door, his very nature will demand one. This program, so popular immediately after the Civil War, was not new, but after this upheaval, its execution received a new stimulus. Histories written elsewhere for the former slave area were discarded, and new treatments of local and national history in conformity with the recrudescent propaganda were produced to give whites and blacks the biased point of view of the development of the nation and the relations of the races. Special treatments of the Reconstruction period were produced in apparently scientific form by propagandists who went into the first graduate schools of the East to learn modern historiography about half a century ago. Having the stamp of science, the thought of these polemics was accepted in all seats of learning. These rewriters of history fearlessly contended that slavery was a benevolent institution. The masters loved their slaves and treated them humanely. The abolitionists meddled with the institution, which the masters eventually would have modified. The Civil War, brought about by fanatics like William Lloyd Garrison and John Brown, was unnecessary. It was a mistake to make the Negro a citizen, for he merely became worse off by incurring the displeasure of the master class that will never tolerate him as an equal, and the Negro must live in this country in a state of recognized inferiority. Some of these theories may seem foolish, but historians, even in the North, have been won to this point of view. They ignore the recent works of Miss Elizabeth Donan, Mrs. H.T. Cottrell, and Dr. Frederick Bancroft, who have spent years investigating slavery and slave trading. These are scientific productions with the stamp of the best scholarship in America. Treatises produced from such genuine documents as the court records of the slaveholding section itself, and these authors have rendered the public a valuable service in removing the whitewash which pseudo-historians have been giving to slavery and slaveholders for more than a century. In the preparation of Negroes, many of whom teach in the South, these biased Northern historians even convert them to such a faith. A few years ago, the author happened to listen to a conversation of Negro lawyers in one of our southern cities, in which they unanimously conceded practically every contention set forth in this program of propaganda. They denounced, therefore, all Reconstructionists who advocated equality and justice for all. These Negroes had the biased point of view of the rewrites like Claude Bowers, and had never been directed to the real history of that drama as set forth by A.A. Taylor, Francis B. Simpkins, and Robert H. Woody of the New Southern School of Thought. These Negro critics were especially hard on Negroes of our day who engaged in agitation for actual democracy. Negroes themselves in certain parts join with the whites in keeping out of the schools teachers who may be bold enough to teach the truth as it is.
Did y'all get it? This is the miseducation of the Negro. What did Frantz Fanon say? This is Carter G. Woodson. So what did you are not going to get this on nobody's platform. So all of these teachers that y'all are cheerleading like Dr. Greg Carter, they're not really teaching anything, fam. How could I do all of this and I got a 7-year-old that I got to make food for, pay attention to at the same time? What's these cats' excuse? Do you understand why I'm ready to throw in the towel with y'all? Or you can set it up with them and we can have some fun. So let's rewind that back one more time. The miseducation of the Negro. Let's go.
And had never been directed to the real history of that drama as set forth by A.A. Taylor, Francis B. Simpkins, and Robert H. Woody of the New Southern School of Thought. These Negro critics were especially hard on Negroes of our day who engaged in agitation for actual democracy. Negroes themselves in certain parts join with the whites in keeping out of the schools teachers who may be bold enough to teach the truth as it is. They usually say the races here are getting along amicably now, and we do not want these peaceful relations disturbed by the teaching of new political thought. What they mean to say with respect to the peaceful relation of the races then is that the Negroes have been terrorized to the extent that they are afraid even to discuss political matters publicly. There must be no exposition of the principles of government in the schools, and this must not be done in public among Negroes with a view to stimulating political activity. Negroes engaged in other spheres in such communities finally come to the point of accepting silence on these matters as a fixed policy. Knowing that action to the contrary means mob rule, which may destroy the peace and property of the community, they constitute themselves a sort of vigilant committee to direct their fellows accordingly. A few years ago, a rather youthful-looking high school principal in one of the large cities was unceremoniously dismissed because he said jocosely to the president of the Board of Education in reply to his remark about his youthful bearing, "I am old enough to vote." "Horrors," said the infuriated official. "Put him out. We brought him here to teach these Negroes how to work, and here he is thinking about voting." A few prominent Negroes of the place muttered a little, but they did nothing effective to correct this injustice. In certain parts, therefore, the Negroes under such terrorism have ceased to think of political matters as their sphere. Where such things come into the teaching in more advanced work, they are presented as matters of concern to a particular element rather than as functions in which all citizens may participate. The result is that Negroes grow up without knowledge of political matters which should concern all elements. To prevent the Negroes from learning too much about these things, the whites in the schools are sometimes neglected also, but the latter have the opportunity to learn by contact, close observation, and actual participation in the affairs of government. Negroes in certain parts, then, have all but abandoned voting even at points where it might be allowed. In some cases, not as many as 2,000 Negroes vote in a whole state. By special legislation providing for literacy tests and the payment of taxes, their number of voters has been reduced to a negligible quantity, and the few who can thus function do not do so because they are often counted out when they have the deciding vote. The tests established for the restriction of suffrage were not intended to stimulate political education, but to eliminate the Negro vote by subterfuge. Negroes presenting themselves for registration are asked to do the all but impossible thing of expounding parts of the Constitution which have baffled high courts, but whites are asked simple questions which almost any illiterate man can answer. In this way, the Negroes, however intelligent, are turned down, and all ignorant whites are permitted to vote. These laws, then, have retarded rather than stimulated the political education of both races. Such knowledge is apparently useless for Negroes and unnecessary for the whites, for the Negroes do not immediately profit by having it, and the whites may function as citizens without it. The effect of such a one-sided system is decidedly bad. One does not realize it until he talks with men and women of these districts, who because of the denial of these privileges have lost interest in political matters. A book agent working in the plantation area of Mississippi tested the knowledge of Negroes of these matters by asking them questions about the local and state government. He discovered that they knew practically nothing in
Did y'all get it? Local and state government. Bear with me.
sphere.
One more time.
It was difficult to realize it until he talks with men and women of these districts, who because of the denial of these privileges have lost interest in political matters. A book agent working in the plantation area of Mississippi tested the knowledge of Negroes of these matters by asking them questions about the local and state government. He discovered that they knew practically nothing in this sphere. It was difficult to find any who knew who was President of the United States. One meets teachers, physicians, and ministers who do not know the ordinary operations of courts, the functions of the council, jury, or judge, unless such knowledge has come by the bitter experience of having been imposed upon by some tribunal of injustice.
Stop. Let's do this. I ain't telling you. Go get your phone. Let me explain something to y'all. This is why I said this is not for YouTube. This is not for y'all. Because a lot of people who are really studying these videos, they know exactly what I'm talking about. If you bring the people, he said local government. How many of y'all know that there's a state constitution? Have you ever read the state constitution? How many of y'all read the state constitution? Every state has their own. Every state has their own constitution. If you read the state constitution and you read the Texas laws, is different than North Carolina laws. North Carolina laws is different than LA state of California laws. Every state laws are different, but you listen to idiots like Umar Johnson telling you about a state that he don't know nothing about the laws in Texas, that is, and you in Philadelphia don't even know the city's law, or he don't even know the state law. When have you ever seen Umar Johnson show y'all the Pennsylvania Constitution? When Umar Johnson ever showed y'all the Pennsylvania Constitution, right? Or the federal Constitution? Which one of them? So this is what Frantz Fanon was speaking about. This is what Carter G. Woodson was speaking about. So if you want to know why these things are happening, it's because we're not being taught about these men. Now, I said the lines are open for y'all. I done been on here for 1 hour and 42 minutes juggling with my daughter. What's y'all excuse but sitting there trying to critique Sabir? If you're going to critique me, you better be better than me. If you're going to critique me, be better than me. Hit the link and join the feed. Man, weak people, boy. Black people in the United States, y'all some weak niggas, man. Weak. Don't get mad at me. I'm just seeing the obvious. So let's move forward. So imagine if we were teaching the truth. Let's go here for a second. Hold on. Let's go to George Washington for a minute. Give me 1 second. And they have a movie coming out on George Washington. They have a movie coming out on George Washington. Can't make this up. Hold up. Let's pull this up. I cannot make this up. So watch this. I'm gonna show y'all something, how crazy this is. But you don't know nothing about civics, but you smart. Let's pull this up.
Those bullet holes in your jacket. What happened, Washington? All those bullet holes in your jacket. How are you alive? I don't know. You have no military service.
And it's just around the bend.
You are a boy. You are not British, yet they send you to speak for them. So that when you fail, they'll have someone to blame.
Young Washington, you lost in the New World.
Who does own this land, if not the one who has the will to tame it? You do not want to start a war.
Well, what do?
We fight!
Hold your ground! There is no retreat!
What are you called?
My name is George Washington.
Help us make this the #1 movie on America's 250th. Pre-order tickets at angel.com.
They said y'all got to make this a must for the 250th anniversary. George Washington. Wait a minute. Let's see something. Let's go into the Constitution of the United States. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Let's have some fun. I'm almost wrapping up, so let's go. And George Washington was a general. Hold on. Let's pull this up. I know. Ooh, the first John Hanson, the first American president. Good God Almighty. I see a lot of people on my feed from overseas, man. There's a lot of people on TikTok from overseas. So, the first president of the United States of America was John Hanson. George Washington, right here. Where you at? He says, realize that actually referring to the president elected under the United States Constitution. Everybody knows that the president, in that sense, was George Washington. Do y'all get it? Good God Almighty. Got it? Okay. You see that? George Washington. So if you're a general in the military, who has to sign you out? Who has to sign you out if you're a president? And if you're a general in the military? So the first president was John Hanson. So let me give y'all the facts again. I'm almost finished. Y'all don't get it yet? Is it registered in your mental Rolodex yet? That's in here. This is what Carter G. Woodson was talking about teachers willing to teach the truth. If y'all think this is the truth, please share these videos out and reach out to me. I'm almost done, yo. I'm almost done. All right. Let's pull this one up.
Country to recognize the United States as an independent nation?
Oh, what an interesting question for America entering its semi-quincentennial year. And the answer might surprise you. Walk with me. First, it's important to know that the very first country to recognize America as an independent country did so in 1777, in December of 1777. That's nearly a year and a half after we signed the Declaration of Independence. So gaining recognition definitely took time. The very first country to recognize us as independent was Morocco. That's right, a Muslim country with a Muslim leader, Sultan Muhammad III, was the very first country to recognize the United States as an independent sovereign nation. And it made this official with some documentation that allowed America passage for its ships through Moroccan ports. About a decade later, in 1786, Morocco and the United States signed the Moroccan-American Treaty of Friendship, also known as the Treaty of Marrakech. This, to this day, is the longest formal bilateral relationship between nations in United States history. We owe Morocco and Sultan Mohammed III a lot when it comes to giving the United States legitimacy as a sovereign nation. And you can learn more about early American history in
Let's
this.
stop. So let me ask y'all the question. How many of y'all knew that?
As Frantz's
Is this
Tavern.
being taught in school? Is that being taught in any school? That Morocco was the first nation? Now, I was at the MENA event yesterday. They knew that. They knew it at the MENA event. Like, I was at the MENA event yesterday. They knew that Morocco was the first nation, a Muslim nation, to recognize the United States. So why this is not being taught in school? And this is why, again, people walk away from y'all, because this is very, very hard. That's why you want to scream about white man did this and the white supremacists, but you don't want real conversation. You're not being taught it was Morocco. But I'm almost done, y'all. Okay, so it's going to be Europeans that's going to tell. Let's pull this treaty up. Let's go to Morocco real fast. This is the treaty right here. This is the treaty. That's the treaty right there. That's in Morocco, in Tangiers. But again, the conscious people are the problem. That's the treaty. All right? Again, let's go back to history. This is on the wall in Tangiers, Morocco. I'm just giving y'all the facts. That's on the wall in Morocco. We, the Congress of the 13 United States of North America. Take a picture. Let's have a conversation on it. So, we, the Congress of the 13 United States, right? Let's move forward. You got it? Take a picture. Last longer. Again, this is not being taught in school, in none of your public school system, but believe me, it's in these European universities. That's on the wall. That's George Washington's name right here. So it was Morocco that recognized the United States. This is why they have to keep you away from being a Moor. We can't talk about you being a Moor, brother. No. So let's go a little further. So this is the treaty right here. This is all inside Tangiers. Just bear with me. I'm almost finished. This is on the wall. Tangiers. You get it? But again, it's black people. Y'all are the problem. Y'all the problem. That's again the treaty. (1789), the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. And again, if anybody's serious about this, I'm open for the dialogue. And I have receipts on top of receipts on top of receipts on top of receipts. That's the treaty. So let's show you again. Yeah. So if you're in the Nation of Islam, let's have this conversation, because there is no such thing as the ancient black gods of Egypt. There is no such thing as ancient black gods of Egypt. This is in Tangiers again. This is where the Treaty of Peace and Friendship is at. So please share it out. That's the seal. That's me holding the book. And it will be this book right here. The Moors of Tangiers. All right. Here's my Country of the Moors. So stop letting these so-called woke black conscious people pimp you. Do me a favor, share this out and tell them anytime, anywhere, Sabir Bey is game. I'm so game. Okay? But come with some facts. All right? I've been on here long enough, but I'm almost finished. I'm going to give y'all some more before we get off of here. And let's get some teachers in the school that's willing to teach the truth. All right? Once again, there were also Arabs in the southern part of Al-Andalus in Spain. And Al-Andalus was the first to be enslaved and taken to America after the defeat in 1492. Y'all get it yet? So I'm going to give you all of the sources. All right? That's 1492. The unknown Arabs. Okay? I'm almost finished. Al-Andalus. Not black people. They were Moors. All right? All right? So, let me give y'all a couple more before we go. So, that's why I can go to events like this and talk to everybody that's in there. Hold up. The MENA event. So everybody's coming in late, but I'm ready to get off this feed. Y'all got to go watch my YouTube to go watch the rest of the show. This was yesterday at the MENA event. All right. So I am getting ready to go. It wasn't no drama there, no alcohol there, no fighting there, no ICE agents came through there, none of that. None of it. Okay. Our history did not start with slavery, people. All right. So, what else we got? Study some history. I'm going to give y'all another book that y'all should study to find out how we enslaved our own damn people. Y'all should look up, tell your black scholars to look up the Mandine Charter. That's your Lion King. Sandy Adakita. It's called the Mandine Charter. The Mandine Charter. All right? Before the Atlantic slave trade. Mandine Charter. Hunger is not a good thing. Slavery is not a good thing. Okay? Take a picture. Let's have a conversation. Share it out. I know it's been 2 hours, but damn, I ain't mean to go that long. But share it out. Share it out. Share it out. And again, shout out to my brother Hawthorne James. And like he said, man, spitting in the wind, bro. It's like spitting in the wind. A lot of you cats don't have no heart, bro. Read. Reach out. Email. So I'm gonna show this last video before I get off this feed, y'all. Was so funny to me. I gotta play this video. Give me 1 second. I got to play this video.
You know what I was thinking? Like, why do they do the World Cup here in the United States?
This is the first time. Well, not the first time, but they switch it up. It's every 4 years.
Yeah, but do we have a soccer team? Like, do we participate in the World Cup?
The U.S. played the other night.
Like, what's the name of our soccer team?
The United States of America.
So I've
USA.
never heard of that soccer team in my whole entire life.
Well, because
the United States of America soccer team.
The USA national team. Yes, it's.
Have you ever heard of the United States of America soccer team?
The country we live in. This is This is.
You knew about that team before this? I don't know if that's.
Jane, these are all players that come from the U.S. They play in the U.S. And they're on the U.S. national team. They're from the United States. Yes, this the country that you live in. The red, white, and blue.
But what's the name? Like, what's the mascot of our team?
There's no mascot.
We don't even have a mascot?
Nope. Just the red, white, and blue. That's it.
Oh, so our team colors, they wear red, white, and blue? Like, what color
like
is it?
Our American flag, Jane Marie. They wear
But that
the colors of our
that guy is
country.
in yellow. Oh, that's so sad. Why is he the only guy in yellow? It's like he got
He's the
left
referee.
out.
He's the referee.
Oh, but he
He's the
doesn't match
referee.
anyone. Now, is he U.S.?
I have no idea. I'm trying to watch soccer or football. As
No,
I say,
I think in our country it's
soccer.
But does that get confusing for them too? Like, when they tell them they're coming here, do they say you're coming here to play soccer, or do they say you're coming here to play football? Because what if they came here and they were told they were coming to play football?
You
and
should
then
not watch sports. You
I'm
know
just
that?
asking. I want to be
understand,
informed.
But you shouldn't watch sports.
You know what I was thinking? Like, why do they do the World Cup here in the United States?
This is the first time. Well, not the first time, but they switch it up. It's every 4 years.
Yeah, but do we have a soccer team? Like, do we participate in the World Cup?
The U.S. played the other night.
Like, what's the name of our soccer team?
The United States of America.
So I've
USA.
never heard of that soccer team in my whole entire life.
Well, because
the United States of America soccer team.
The USA national team. Yes, it's the country we live in. This is
You knew about that team before this? I don't know if that's
Jane. These
a
are all
thing.
players that come from the U.S. They play in the U.S. And they're
Are
on
they
the
all
U.S.
from the
national
US?
team. They're from the United States. Yes, this the country that you live in. The red, white,
But
and blue.
what's the name? Like, what's the mascot of our team?
There's no mascot.
We don't even have a mascot?
Nope. Just the red, white, and blue. That's it.
Oh, so our team colors, they wear red, white, and blue? Like, what
Yes,
color
like
is it?
our American flag, Jane Marie.
Number one is not the American flag; it's the United States banner. It's called the United States banner, not the American flag.
They wear
But that
the colors of our
that
our
guy is
country.
in yellow. Oh, that's so sad. Why is he the only guy in yellow? It's like he
He's
got
the
left
referee.
out.
He's the referee.
Oh, but he
He's a
doesn't match
referee.
anyone. Now, is he U.S.?
I have no idea. I'm trying to watch soccer or football. As
No,
I say,
I think in our country it's.
soccer.
But does that get confusing for them too? Like, when they tell them they're coming here, do they say you're coming here to play soccer, or do they say you're coming here to play football? Because what if they came here and they were told they were coming to play football?
You
and
should
then
not watch sports. You
I'm
know
just
that?
Yo, this is too funny. And that was supposed to be a joke, y'all, for the record. People, it's called football. What you're playing in the United States is called handball. Handball, not football. So for all you colonized mind Negroes that don't get this, and you swear you're not colonized, you still calling it football. Yes, you are the one that Frantz Fanon was talking about. You are the colonized Negro. So I thank y'all so much, man, for joining me for 2 hours, man. I thought I was gonna get some people to come on the feed, but I guess my new channel is not popping yet. So I'm working on trying to get this channel popping before I really disappear. Okay, I'm so ready to bounce. So reach out to me. at sabirbayradio@gmail.com. Again, sabirbayradio@gmail.com. Please smash the like button and let's get this new channel popping. Okay.
I'm gonna switch up on y'all real quick.
Gotta go.
Racists in these places only see me as chattel, but I'm more like the Django on the horse with the saddle. Put a racist head in the gravel with the burner. Harriet Tubman, John Brown, and the one Nat Turner. I'm a learner. I keep my head in the book, so when a racist start talking, I can never be shook. I can never be took because I'm knocking they block off like crack dealers used to say. Let's get this rock off.
Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
You're always blaming me. I'm not the enemy. You are.
People ask, why are you looting the stores? Why you burning down the business and the city that's yours? First of all, the city ain't mine, it's yours. Democracy's a joke when capitalists write the laws. You critique my flaws and don't speak of yours. You only show the effects and never speak of the cause. I got no money, no help, and no voice. With no way out, I only got one choice. Break through the glass, rock through the window. Tear gas moving in the way that the wind blow. Rubber bullets overhead, now we gotta get low. But this is how slaves were treated from the get-go. Robbery, invasion, and rape. These are not criminal acts, these are the acts of the state. If you just waking up to this fact, you a little late. For justice, how long you think we gotta wait? Yeah, come on! Yeah, come on!
You're always blaming me.
Woo.
I'm not the enemy. You are. You're claiming unity. This time you see who you are.
Liberate your mind. Living ain't a crime. Innovate the time. Renovate the rhyme. Every line and rhyme you using should erase confusion and bring your people a revolution. Winning, not losing. Helping, not using. Oppression, aggression, and hate, we refuse it. If you really want change, we write the Constitution. But that's the one solution that they are not doing. So we sharpen the blade, clean out the barrel, pick up the rock and the bow and the arrow, pull out the gas mask and the protest apparel. For justice, I'ma go into battle.
You're always blaming me.
Stand up!
I'm not the enemy. You are. You're claiming unity.
Stand up!
This time you see who you are. Who you are. Who you are. You're always blaming me. I'm not the enemy. You are. You're claiming unity. This time it's time you see who you are. Who you are.
I gotta go, y'all. Temple of Hip Hop. Sun 1, KRS 1. Sun 1 and KRS 1. So shout out to my brother Hawthorne James again. He told me, bruh, I'm just spitting in the motherfucking wind. Peace. Reach out.